Yep. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Star Racing Collects. Where today we have an Ultra film.
Ultra.
I don't know what film is in French. I didn't go that far. I quit it.
Film.
It's not.
So we have another huge Tuesday shipping from Crazy Joe. We got a trade from T. Dorsey. We got a trade from Hookson68. And we have a win from Ron Jackson, better known as RJ Collects. Before we get into all that awesomeness, we have J.R. Shaw singing.
Did you know I sing the most on this channel?
Yes, you do.
Because I always start first?
Yep. And it's so awesome, and you are the reason the channel is alive. So
all I hear is yap, 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 yap.
Yap, 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 yap. Mail
day, mail day, mail day, mail day. It's time for a mail day.
From mail day.
It's probably coming out on a Monday though.
Mail day.
And it's filmed on a Wednesday.
Mail day. Mail day.
And the sun's supposed to set today at 4:45 p.m.
Mail day. And it's snowing.
No, not anymore.
Mail day.
It stopped snowing at 4.
I'm sick of snow. I really think it blows.
You should have, instead of blows, you should have said it should go.
It does need to go.
And yet, it's only been here for 1 day.
Well, no, it's more than that.
No, it's been here for 24 hours.
No, because it started on Sunday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Monday.
It's now Wednesday, dude.
I was asleep for most of that. I was asleep for most of those other days.
It started snowing on Sunday and stopped today.
That's not fair.
Wow.
That's inaccurate.
See what I have to put up with, people?
That's inaccurate. So, don't believe him. It's inaccurate.
He's inaccurate.
He's lying.
So, today's win is from, there I have my download, RJ Collects Stats. How he is only at 381, you know what? This baffles me. He does giveaways every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He does a video. He's a Mike Schmidt super collector, as you can see here by his thumbnail. Schmidt.
Not Smith.
Schmidt.
Schmidt.
And every video, he does a Mike Schmidt random item. He does a baseball random item. And then he does a trivia question. You don't even have to get the frickin' question right, people. Just send him an email with an answer, and you're on the wheel. Then on Sundays, he spins the wheel. First person to hit 3 times gets the prize. It is that frickin' easy. And how he only has 381, I'll never know. Because the stuff that he brings out for his Mike Schmidt item, his random Mike Schmidt item, and his random baseball item, he's got some unbelievable stuff. The stories he tells is second to none. He is probably one of the most knowledgeable people on YouTube. People, you guys need to go and check him out. He does such an awesome job. He is such an awesome guy. He does so much for the card community. He follows everybody. He's on everybody's breaks. We need to start giving him the proper support. 381 subscribers is a travesty. So please go, sub him up, check him out. You will go back, I promise you. He has got some of the stuff he's got. Like us, he collects sets. He's 99% the sets he has are baseball related, but he does have some really, really awesome stuff.
Schmidt.
You're full of Schmidt.
Schmidt.
So let's see what we won. Now, guess what, JR?
Schmidt.
We have a note.
Schmidt. Alright. Jeff, congrats on your win. I appreciate all the support over the years. Enjoy the cards, RJ. P.S. Threw in one more just for fun.
So, I don't remember exactly which one this was. Because he does 3 a week. He does Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that he does a question. And we've won quite a bit of stuff. It's been a while. This is actually our last win. It's been a while.
Alright.
July was our last win. Okay, so we won the 3 cards, which are 3 awesome
Ripken car.
Yep. Followed by
Jerry Rice. And a Larry Bird.
And a Larry Legend.
And then
he threw in a Danny Ainge, which I'm going to go
I'd like to mention that we're missing one sport, and then we'd have 4 sport.
Well, obviously we're missing one sport, or else we'd have.
We're missing the we're missing the Canadian sport. I mean the Canadian
sport.
Yeah,
NASCAR. Okay. So
that's not a
I had to explain this to the boys. A lot of people don't know this. Danny Ainge was an awesome basketball player and everything else, but AJ didn't believe me. He's a basketball fan.
It's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Watch the last video and you'll see why.
But yeah, this is Danny Ainge and everything else. He started with the Blue Jays, people. He actually played for 3 years on the Blue Jays organization. He's the second youngest player in Blue Jays history to hit a home run, surpassed only by Vladdy, and that's how long he held the record for the youngest player to hit a home run in Blue Jays.
40 years.
But he decided to go to basketball afterwards, and he spent, I think it was
almost a decade.
About 15 years.
Over a decade.
In basketball after he played for 3 years in baseball. The boys didn't realize that. We got a baseball Danny Ainge, and AJ says, there's a guy that plays basketball with the same name, and I said, well, that could be because it's the same guy. For those of you who didn't know, just being a Blue Jay, actually, I know he did an interview, and he said he kind of wishes the Raptors had to come in because he loved Toronto. He was a big fan of Toronto, and he would have loved to have played for the Raptors. So, anyway, getting back to it, let's go. And thank RJ, thank you so much, brother. Again, people, you need to go and check him out because you are missing out on a lot. Okay, so let's get into the trades. Excuse me. So our first trade is from Huxon68. These are 3 awesome traders from the TCDB that we got going down today. Come on. Okay, start with them.
Yes, sir. They're not even straight. You didn't even put them straight.
No?
No, I had to flip over every second card.
Well, that's because, yeah.
You had to flip over every second card. Alright, so we got a Reed Nichols, a Jim Abbott, a Keith Hernandez, a Rob Muir, a Bob Ojeda, and a Butch Henry. Are those
the rest of them?
Yes, they are. Here.
They're what?
Here.
Yeah, the ones are in.
We got a Mike Moore, a Ozzie Smith,
Wizard of Oz,
a Larkin Fryman, a Action Ball, which is the that's the Buck one.
It's actually a scratch-off game, but I'm trying to make the whole set without being scratched.
Which is Dodgers versus Padres. We got the, which is that one? Kudratsky Boyd. We got Chris Wedger and a Ruby Cenas. You're up next, Dad.
Okay, next up we have a trade with T. Dorsey.
Okay, we have a Timu Solane, a Alexander McGinley, a Ray Bork, and a Dennis Savard.
That's his rookie card.
Wow.
It's a Denny Savard rookie. But there's more. And AJ's not here.
I'm not going to yell it for each one.
I don't blame you. But I've got to zoom in because these are
1982 postcards.
You're upside down.
That I know. I'm showing them what the back looks like.
Oh,
because these are cool cards.
That is the Colorado Rockies.
We actually have postcards.
We have from Post Cereal, and I think they're Canadian.
Post?
If I remember correctly? No, those cards.
Oh. Well, Alright, so we got a Keith Acton.
You know what? It might be easier to look on the screen than it would be to look on the card.
I don't know what you're talking about. We got Glenn Anderson. We got a Mike Blasdell. I was going to make a joke where I went further in front of the camera, but I decided against it. We got a Brett Gilligan, a Dave Cameron, let's do this properly, shall we? A Lee Fogelin, a Dwight Foster, a Matty Hagman, a Willie Hoover, a Pat Hodge, a Dave Hunter, a Mark Hunter, a Mike Kitchen. We have a Doug Jarvis. We had a Yari Curry.
We got a Yari Curry.
Reed Larson. A Craig Laughlin. A Don Lieber. A Bob Lormier. A Kevin Lowe. A Dave Lumley. A Bob McMillan. A Kevin Maxwell. A Walt McKenzie, a Mark Messier, a Joe Machete, a Bobby Miller, a Mark Napier, a Rob Rumage, a Chico Rishi, a Doug Riseborough, a Dave Simico, and a Steve Tempolini.
Nice. Those are really cool cards.
This was a playing card game.
Was it?
Thinking so, because the number's up top.
Maybe. And then lastly, we have...
Oh, brother.
Tuesday package from Crazy Joe.
Wish AJ was here. He'd be able to pronounce these right.
Yep, because there's everything in this trade.
There's basketball.
There's a little bit
I'm talking about this one specifically. He'd be able to pronounce these cards.
Yeah, the names are going to be brutal. Sorry, people.
Here you go.
Thanks.
We have a... Where is it? It does not say his name. It just says the Jets. We got the Clickers. It does not say their names on here, or I would say them. And I don't know who any of these people are, because I don't suck and play bad sports.
Well, if you read the names at the bottom.
The Sacramento Kings.
There you go.
The San Antonio
that's Admiral
Spears.
David Robinson.
I don't care. We have Seattle Sunshine.
Seattle Sunshine.
We have the Utah. We have the Vancouver
Grizzlies.
Vancouver used to have its own basketball team.
Vancouver used to have its own basketball team.
I wish. I would have cheered for them, because that's what I seem to do. Washington Wizards. Maybe I will cheer for them. Maybe I'll switch my team. Nah, I'll stay with Utah. Checklist.
Let's go.
Checklist.
Let's go.
Checky Listy.
Let's go.
Mr. List.
Go let's.
We have a Mark Davis, a Rod Strickland, a Brian Gant, a John Stockton, a Anthony Mason, a Travis Best, a Stephen Murray, a Jamal Mashburn, a Detlef
Trump.
We have a Terrell Brandon, a Vin Baker, a Gary Trent, a Todd Day, a Wesley Pearson, a Reggie Miller, I hate basketball, Todd Fulmer, a Juan Howard, and a Clarence Witherspoon. No, I just hate basketball. I hate the sport. It's an awful sport.
Well, seeing that it was invented by Canadians.
Yep. Hockey. Honestly, the best sport that I can say was invented by Canadians, wheelchair rugby. Because...
Just because of the name.
Just because of the idea of wheelchair rugby. It's not even because of the name. It's just because of the idea of actually physically being in a wheelchair and playing rugby. Chris Childs and a Jamar Mashburn.
To answer your question, people, yes, I did drop him on his head.
Oh, I also dropped coffee on me, or tea or whatever, so that could help. Mario Ellie, a Clyde Draxler. Yeah, exactly. I dropped it on me. Kevin Willis, Anto Davis, Reggie Miller, Dale Davis, Mark Jackson, Eric Dapier, a poor rich son. I wish you picked a different trade. A Terry Tree, a Brett Berry, a Lorenzo White, a Eddie Jones, a Eden Campbell, a Dan Majuno, a PJ Brown. I'm just gonna start saying nonsense and pretend that that's their names. How's that?
No.
Okay, so we're agreed then. I don't like
As
basketball.
possible?
No,
Yes.
we're not agreed to that. We have Sam Mitchell,
Because there
a
is people that
Terry
like
Porter,
basketball.
and those people are weird.
It's okay. Still
A
have
Chris
the right.
Carr. Should they? A Jason Williams.
Good news is I got some football here.
Basketball is not the worst thing Canadians have ever made. Kendall Gill.
No.
That award goes to Pineapple Pizza.
Correct.
A Chris Gatling. A John Starks. A Charlie Ward. A Larry Johnson. A Charles Oakley. A Allen Houston. A Horace Gett. A Darren Armstrong. A Dennis Scott. A Ain't Free Hardaway. A Brian Shaw. A Jerry Stackhouse. A Rex Walters. A Don McLean. And a Derek Coleman. Well, actually, I'd like to thank you
For what?
for giving me a break here.
For what?
One of the next pile, you're giving me a break.
Oh, this is mostly it too.
Mitchell Smith. Adam Keefe.
Keefy.
Kevin Willis. David Wesley. A Muggsy Bogues. Bimbo Coles. Cedric Sabelos. Sean Kemp. A Horace Gant. A Robert Horney. A Vitaly Portapenko. A Pawn Richardson.
Who?
A Alonzo Mourning. A Sam Castle. A Sherman Douglas. A Sean Radley. A Mark Jackson. A Dennis Broadman. A Charles Oakley. A Matt Maloney. Checklist.
Let's go.
Checklist.
Let's go.
Checklist.
Go lads.
My favorite part of basketball. We have a Dwayne
You
Wayne.
don't like the cheerleaders?
They have cheerleaders in basketball?
Oh, you're darn right they do.
God. A Chris Bosh, Jason Kidd, a Bill Rochelle, a Jermaine O'Neal, and a Mike Miller. I know something sad.
What?
In my strictly professional opinion.
Oh, your professional opinion.
Yep. In my strictly professional
You heard it
opinion.
here first, people. He's got a professional opinion.
Girls basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys in the MLB, or I don't know what it's called. That's Major League Baseball. NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Are hotter than most girls in the WNBA.
Wow.
That's my professional opinion.
Okay, I didn't know you had a professional opinion about girls, but okay. Thank you for sharing that one. Johnny will love that.
He really will.
Yes.
Cause it's not. I'm not wrong.
Hey, everybody has their own deal,
Clarence
dude.
Witherspoon. We have a Lucius Harrison, a Cedric Sabelos, a Danny Manning, a Jason Kidd, a Lauren Meyer, a Wesley Pearson. Ooh, we have two there. A Steve Nash. We have a Isaiah Riddler. We have
Ryder.
a Stacy Ogman. We have a RV Das Sabinas. We have a Kenny Anderson.
Problem is, I
We
don't know
have
if you're saying
a Jermaine
right or
O'Neal.
wrong anyway, because I don't know a lot about them.
Again, I could just kind of be saying whatever I want.
No, because there is people that would be upset.
Alright, we have a Gary Trent, a Michael Smith, a Detlef Shirkmuth.
Shrimp.
That's what I said. Shirkmuth. A Doug Christie, a Adam Keefe, a Carl Malone, a John Stockton, a Greg Orderberg, a Chris Morrison, a Sheriff Abdur Rahim, a Greg Larch, a Lee Mayberry, a Calvert Cleanley, a Harvey Grant, a Rod Strickland, a Tracy Murphy, a Murray, a Chris Webber. Alright, we're going back to the teams. We got the Hawks. We got the Celtics. We got the Hornets.
Hornets?
It looks like a hornet.
How about a hornet?
That's what I said. That's the back one there. I know him. He's Michael Jordan.
That would be Michael Jordan.
That's the baseball player.
Well, not really. No, he really wasn't a baseball.
What's Cleveland? Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
We have the Mavericks. We have the Nuggets. We have the Pistons, Warriors, Rockets. We have the Los Angeles Clippers, the Pacers, the Heat, the Bucks, and the Timberwolves.
See, look at you go.
I hated all of that. I mean, that was great. Alright, we have Brad Muster, Drew Smith, a Deion Sanders. We have
Deion.
a Troy Aikman, a Eric Allen, Bernie Blades. We have a Mark Carrier. We have a Gary Clark, Mel Gray, a Daryl Green, Vaughn Johnson. Sleeve it.
Yep. Got a Sleever Johnson.
We have a Jim Lacey, a Charles Mann, a Chris Miller, Sam Mills, a Bart Oates, Jerry Rice,
Johnson sleeved.
a Mark Ripon, a Barry Sanders. I've heard of him.
Barry?
Yep. A Deion Neon Sanders. We have a Mark that I'm not going to try to pronounce.
Shrileth.
Yeah, it sounds like you just sounds like you were shushing somebody. Mike Singletary.
Singletary?
Yeah. Emmett Smith, Reggie White, a Rick Bryan, Tim Green, Drew Hall, Norm Johnson, Keith Jones. There seems to be a lot of Johnsons in football.
Yes.
A lot of heavy hitters there.
Yep.
We have a Tony Smith. We got a Jesse Tuggle, a Steve Christie, a Shane Conland, a Matt Darby, a John Finna, a Henry Jones, a Jim Kelly, a Pete Mezzalars, a Andre Reed, a Troy Osmeni, a Mark Carrier, and a Jim Harbaugh. We have more!
You got more.
Yippee!
And you got some basketball mixed in there every once in a while.
We have football!
A good footy.
We have Dwayne Pickett, a William Fulmer, a Steve Emmett, a Cavaliers, a Sean Kemp.
Checklist.
Woo!
Let's go.
We have a Mike Dumas, Russell Maryland,
Rookie.
a Dan McGuire, a Browning Nagel, a Stanley Richards, a Aaron Carver, a David Treadwell, a Tim Brown. Ooh, there's two there. We have Howard Ballard. We have a Brian Blades, a Gary Clark. We have a Jim Sweeney. We have a Vaughn Johnson, a Gary Brown, a Nick Lowry, a Lamas Brown. It's a L, not a T. A Craig Erickson, a James Francis, we have a Jim Everett, we have a Tom Waddle, we have a Reese Vallette, we have a Chester Glockton, Leroy Butler, we have a Rodney Hempton, a Mark Stepnowski, a Tim Grunnard, a Eric Williams, a Daryl Johnston.
Johnston. Not a Johnson.
It's close.
No.
Get rid of one letter and then you'd be sleeved. A Chris Zorich. We have a Santana Dotson, a Ronnie Lott, a Moran Butts, a Mark Shretleth, a John L. Williams. I was going to say Walker for a second. A Rick Carmillo, a Michael Brooks, a Scott Mitchell, a Maurice Hurst, and a Terry Allen. Now we go back to basketball. Oh, what now?
He looks so small.
He's next to Shaq.
Yeah? It's kind of funny, you picture.
Alright, well.
When you get into it, people, well.
Alright, we're back at basketball.
We're back at
It'd be
basketball.
Sean Moran, a Rasheed Williams, a Vince Carter,
We're Canada.
Dwight
baby.
Howard, Al Harrington, Ray Allen, Elton Brand, a Yao Ming,
Yao Ming.
a Steve Nash, a Colency Billups, a Antoine Jamison, a Shane Battier, a Kevin Grantner, a Michael Reed, a Eddie Curry, a Pajeda Strojakovic, a Andrew Bogart, and a Corey Magetta. You wanna know what would be great?
What would be great?
Basketball had a Johnson.
They do.
If we have a Johnson card in basketball.
Not going to count it out because there was Johnsons in basketball.
But yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you know?
Yeah.
Brent Stiff. The Sith. Stiff. David Wesley. A dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Yeah. Dino. That's short for dinosaur. Right? Am I right? I know I'm right.
Sure.
Rajad, a Del Curry, we have a Muggsy Bogues. That makes him look small. Just see his head out through the.
Muggsy was small.
Yep, I know, but Tony Smith,
Yeah, but that other
Anthony
makes it
Mason,
worse.
a David Rodman. Oh, that's not Muggsy Bogues.
What?
The other card, it's not Muggsy
No, I
Bogues.
know, but that's.
Tony
Could you
Clark,
imagine if it was?
Jason Caffrey, Steve Kerr, Luke Langley, a Chris Mills, a Tyrone Hill, a Vitaly Potapenko, a Bob Suna, a Robert Pack, a Ed O'Bannon, a Mitchell Finley, a Sean Bradley, a Khalid Rivas, a Anton McDryas, a Urban Johnson. Johnson! Finally, something good in basketball. Dale
There were
Ellis.
Johnsons.
We get to sleeve our Johnson. It's
Johnson
always good.
sleeved.
It's always good to sleeve Johnson's kids.
That's right.
Tom Hammond, a Otis Throp, a
It protects
Lindsey
you
Hunter.
against paper cuts.
Yes, and sunlight. Grant Long.
Like,
Yeah, because it'll weather the cards. A Aaron McKee, a Randolph Childress, a Scott Burrell, a Bimbo Coles, B.J. Armstrong, a Mark Price, a Latrell Sprewell,
Sprewell.
a Felton Spencer, and a Charles Barkley. Next up, we got we get the most well-rounded sport on the here. We have baseball with the Red Sox. Oh man, that was fast.
Well, because it's the landscape.
I don't know who these are. All-star
Tells
team.
you.
All-star team. Orlando. Alright, we got a Al Bumbry, a Mike Schmidt. Checklist.
Let's go.
A Bill Campbell, a Bob Clark, a Mark Salas, a Jose Cruz, a Vern Reel, a Ken Landrux, and All-Star Game. A Vern Fleming, two tall guys, Kenny Payne, Patrick Ewing, a Mitchell Adams, a Joe Dermas, a Brad Doherty.
Doherty. It's the guy that announces for NASCAR now.
Really?
Yep. He's part owner of the team.
Wow. So he has race. He's technically in dual sport if you go by cards. Because
Well,
would he not have some cards in racing?
yes, I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have any.
Jeff Roenick. James Worthy, a Otis Thrope, a Dan Majel, these guys, Nick Anderson, a Stacy Ogman, a Cedric
Ceballos.
a Larry Johnson, a Doug West.
Don't forget there's Magic Johnson too. Johnson sleeves.
Yeah, but he is one Magic Johnson. That's what she said.
That is what she said.
We have a Craig Hodge. We have a Dave Benoit. We have a Mark Mackin. We have a Sidell Threat. We have a Travis Mays. We have a Stanley Roberts. A Blair Rasmussen. And a Brian Williams.
So many different awesome cards here.
How many more packs do I have?
What's there? Plus 4.
I don't know how to count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, we got a Daikmabi Motobo.
How about Dikembe Mutombo?
Yeah, that's what I said. Motobo.
No.
Joe Dumars. A Tim Hardaway. Johnson. Sean Kemp. And a Dan Medgerl.
Johnson sleeved.
We have a Detlef Schrempf. E. Stacy King. A Moses Malone. A Thurl Bailey. A Harvey Gant. A Craig Hello. A Dino Redjed. A PJ Brown. Terry Cummings. A Dennis Rodman. A Tom Chambers. A John Crowdy. A Monty Williams. A John Jackson. A Mark Jackson. Odell Paulus. A Doc Rivers. A Dontino Wingfield. A Eric Montrose. A Mark Price. Silver signature of Lartell Sprewell.
Yep.
Walter McCarthy. A Isaiah Ryder. And a Harvey Gant. Pistons. Scratch cards. Meet the Stars. Stars meet. Alright, we have a Eldridge. We have a Christian Leitner. A Tyrone Corbin. A Antoine Walker. And a Eric Williams. Alright, we're back to football. All-American sport. We have a Herschel Walker.
Waka.
A Carl Banks. We have a Jim Dobronsky. We have a Von Dunbar. We have a Craig Hayward, a Dalton Hillard, a Ronaldo Turnbull, a Derek Brown, Jared Bunch, a Mark Inringham, a Ed McCaffrey, a Phil Sims, a Lance Taylor, a Kyle Clifton, a Mo Lewis, a Terrence Mathis, a Scott Marcella. We have a Johnny Mitchell, a Browning Nagley, a Ken O'Brien, a Al Toon, a Fred Barrett, John's Booty, a Randall Cunningham, a Rich Mino, and a Clyde Simmons. Ooh, and we have a Kelvin Williams.
Okay.
Alright. Next up, we have basketball.
This is a 4-sport trade, by the way. I know it seems it's heavy on baseball and football, but there is another...
Basketball.
Or basketball and football.
So we got hockey in here?
Nope. We had baseball, basketball, football, and...
Hockey. It's 4 sports.
That's your 4 main sports, but no.
Okay. We'll see what we get. We have a Grant Hill. We have a John Williams. We have a Ken Mormon. We have a Brian Roussel. A Tony Smith. A Andrew Lang. A Ronnie Solacki. A Billy Owens. We have a Dino Rajad. A Dale Davis. We have a Avery Das Sambonis. A Chris Mills. We have a Tyrone Hill. We have a Tracy Murray. We have a Lee Mayberry. We have a Jason Kidd. We have a Brian Smith. We have a Latrell Sprewell. We have a Henry James. We have a Mitch Richmond. We have a Allen Houston. We have a Ron Harper. We have a Ray Allen, and we have the car. When my dad was laughing earlier, this was what he was laughing at.
Look how small he looks. Or look how big Shaq looks.
Kenny Anderson. Well, Shaq's a pretty tall guy.
I know, but that's just ridiculous.
Outlandish. Dykeman B. Mutombo. A Walt Williams. We have a Chris Carr. We have a Vlad Divac. We have a Lapuenzo Davis, Elves, a BJ Armstrong, a Jim Jackson, a Sasha Danilovic, a Eldon Campbell, a Dennis Scott, a Anthony Peeler, a Steve Smith, a Steve Carr. Next up. Alright, so we have a Derek Fenner. My pinky hurts. Darren Lewis, a Mike Singleton, a Alonzo Spellman, a Chris Zorch, a Jim Breach, a Tom McGee, a Kyle Pickens, a Alfred Williams, a Daryl Williams, a Jay. Alright, we have a Jay Hilgenberg, a Leroy Hard, a Bernie Kosar, a Mitchell Dean Perry, a Todd Philcox. We have a Patrick Roan. We have a Tommy Vardell, a Everson Walls, a Troy Aikman. We have a Keith Gant. We have a Charles Haley. We have a Michael Irvin. We have a Robert Jones, a Russell Maryhill,
Maryland,
a Kevin Smith, a Tony Tolbert, a Shane Dorat, a Simon Fletcher, a Greg Lewis, a Tommy Maddox, a Dennis Smith. We have a Sammy Smith, a Lamos Brown, a Mike Farr, a Mel Gray, Jason Hansen, and a Herman Moore. We have...
You got 7 packs after that one.
Yay.
And a couple of them are small.
We have a Hartley Dykes. They're not small. They're average. That one's average. A Keith Jackson. We have a Steve Smith. A Eva Horton. A Jeff Jeter. A Napoleon McCalmer. A Chester McLaughlin. A Steve Wininsky. A Mark Boutte. A Jim Everett, a Cleveland Gray, or Cleveland, whatever, a Sean Gilbert, a Steve Israel, a Todd Kinjev, Jackie Slater, a Tony Zidenis, a Marcus Coleman. We have a Brian Cox, a John Rudolph, a Richmond Webb, a Terry Allen, a Chris Carter, a Roger Craig, a Rich Gannon, Rich the Cannon Gannon,
Yes, sir.
A Hassan Jones, Rondell McDowell, a Todd Scott, and we have a Bruce Armstrong with a Gene Chilton, a Eugene Chug, a Todd Collins, David Howard, Greg McCurry, a Gene Ackham, a Vince Buck, and a Wesley Carroll. There you
go. These are ice tapes, so I'm just leaving them.
Oh, okay. You shouldn't have told them that. We have a Charles Mann. Charles is the man. Dwayne Harper, a Andres Iguodala, a Desmond Mason, a Greg Oden, a Al Humford, a Mike Conley, a Jeff Green, a Yee Janlon Brewer. We have a Spencer Helens, a AC Law the Fourth, a Julian Wright, a Al Thornton, a Nick Young, a Sean Williams, a Jarvis Crennington, Jason Smith, a Dwakan Cook, Johnson, right off the bat.
Yep.
Damon Johnson, Andre Tibbett, a Brian Hinkle, a Hardy
Johnson
Nicholson,
sleeved.
a Gerald Williams, a Gary Palmer, a Jerry Rice, a Nesby Glanzglaw, Ron Hall, a Scott Studwell, a Danny Lockett. We have a...
Think about it.
We have the propaganda cards, quite literally.
Oh, yeah, literally.
Todd Lynn, a Antoine Davis, Sticky, a Bobby Wilson,
Community service card,
and a Ted Washington. Yeah, propaganda.
Okay, you're down to the last 6.
Yippee!
This is going to be a Johnny video right here.
Yeah, looking like it.
Yep.
That's because I'm doing it all. We got a Jefferson. We got a Rodney P.T. We have a Robert Porsche. We have a Kevin Pritchett. Dad, I'll be back.
Okay. Jared's got to go blow his nose.
Yep.
So we've got a Kelvin Pritchett. We got an Andre Ware. Sanjay Beach. Edgar Bennett. Lewis Billups. Terrell Buckley. Ty Detmer. Johnny Holland. Dexter McNabb, Vince Workman. Oops. We got a Cody Carlson, Ernest Gibbons. Oh, I think that was the wrestler. Nope. We got Jerry Gray, Bruce Matthews. We got a Bubba McDowell. I'm going to start saving Bubba cards for Mike.
Why?
Because he likes the name Bubba.
Okay.
Bucky Richardson, Webster Slaughter, Al Smith, Mel Agee, Ashley Ambrose, Kevin Call, Ken Clark. We got a Quentin Coriat, Steve Ettman, Jesse Hester, Anthony Johnson.
Woo! Got a sleever.
We got a sleever.
All right.
Good timing.
Thank you.
Johnson sleeves.
Okay. We have a Tim Barnett, a J.J. Burden, a Dale Carter. We have a Andre Bruce, a Eric Dickerson, and a Willie Galt.
For my Raiders.
Yay. We got a lot of slideways cards this time.
Yep.
You got the Super Bowl Japan, Georgia Dome, Seattle Seahawks, the Houston Oilers. I thought that was an Ottawa team, but
Ottawa?
or Edmonton, close enough. Whatever.
Edmonton.
Indianapolis Colts, Kansas City Chiefs. That had to change. Well, no, it wasn't this one. It was the Redskins.
Correct.
Washington Redskins, a Buffalo Bills. Ooh, and a Bengals. We got the Bengals.
Spangles?
No, Bengals. Colts not quite dead. Alright, we got a David Wyman, a Reggie Cobb, a Willie Dreher, a Ron Hall, Courtney Hawkins, a Charles McRae, a Ricky Reynolds, a Brad Edwards, a James Gumphreys, a Kelly Goodburn, a Kurt Coolville, a Chris Huckel. We have a Wilbur Marshall, a Ricky Sanders. We have the Broncos, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Jets. That is one weird mascot. What is that?
That's an owl jet.
That's weird. I don't like it. We got the Steelers, the Chargers. Hey, these guys, the Hawks. Hank Williams Jr. Three brothers in the NFL. Two of them are on the same team. Oh, and we have a Mark Ripon. Ripon. Okay. So we have a Stephen Mayberry. We have a Gerald Wallace, a Devin Harrison, a Chris Wilcox, a Emenki Okafor, Rafi Alston, a Tony Parker, a Paul Priest, a Allen Iverson, Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq Daddy.
We have a Adam Morrison, a Mike Bibby, Andre Brignani, a Luol Deng, a Chris Paul, a Dirk Nowitzki, David Lee, Paul Millsap, a Danny Granger, Al Jefferson, a Andre Kirilenko, Sean Livingston, a Zach Randolph, a Mo Williams, a Lindo Barsoa, a Smush Parker, Andre Miller, We have a Manu Ginobili, Jason Terry, a Ricky Davis, a Boris Dewey, a Carlos Boozer, a Richard Lewis, a Josh Childress, a Lamar Odom, a Kyle Korver, and a Luke Walton.
3 more piles.
Yay.
And each one gets smaller.
It's almost over.
It's almost over.
You're welcome, guys.
The pain is real.
Yep. Trust me, they know.
They know.
Okay. So, we have a Kevin Martin, a Ben Wallace, a Gilbert Earns, Josh Howard. We have a Kirk Henrich, a Charlie Baloo. We have a Anderson Virgil, a Raymond Felton, a Karan Butler. We have a Ben Davis, Larry Hughes, Jammer Nelson, a Udonis Haslam, a Mike Dunleavy, a Ben Gordon, a Andrew Benham, a Josh Smith. We have a Jamal Crawford. We have a Jared Jack. We have, a Ryan Gomez. We have a Marcus Cambry. We have a TJ Forward. We have a Richard Jefferson. Yeah, go to the njnets.com. We have a, oh my gosh, Zaidonas Igazukas.
Hey man, I'll take your word for it. AJ's not here. AJ is our basketball boy.
This is why I hate this. AJ does it better than I do.
Yeah.
The only thing. Duran Williams.
Oh no, hockey.
Tracy McGrady. It's the only thing. Steve Blake. A Marcus Williamson. A JJ Redick. And a Brandon Roy.
Okay. Well, the good thing is you got
football!
And our fourth sport is all that's left.
And our fourth sport, which is also football.
No.
If I look off the top of football.
Yeah, but if you look through the acetate, don't look.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. You told me not to look.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you expect me to do? Chris Randall Johnson. Johnny Johnson.
Johnny Johnson.
Johnny's got the Johnniest Johnson that ever Johnson. I'm gonna stop.
Johnson's lead.
We have a Lorenzo Lynch, a Ricky Porro, a Tim Rosenbach, a Tony Sanka, a Barry Foster. We have a Merle Hodge. Johnson! David Johnson! We have a David Little. David Little Johnson.
I was waiting for that. Johnson's lead.
We have a Craig Lloyd, a Leon Cersei, a Sam Edo. Well, they got the same name, so it's, you gotta...
Same first name.
Yeah, same name. David's Little Johnson.
Hopefully his name isn't, his middle name isn't Little. That would suck.
Hello, is David's Little Johnson in class today? Hello?
Keep reading.
Stan Humphreys. A Anthony Miller. No one's gonna hear that. Only Epiphany's gonna hear that.
Oh no, there'll be one or two other ones.
Marquez Pope. A Stanley Richardson. A Junior Sinua.
Sale. If you're still watching this, put David's Little Johnson in the chat.
No, put a hashtag.
Hashtag David's Little Johnson.
Yep. Steve Bono. A Dexter Carter. A Amp Lee. A Joe Montana. A Tom Rothman. A Ricky Waters. A Roy Lee. A Danny McGuire. A Ray Roberts.
Oh my gosh, man.
We have a Kelly Stuffer. We have a Tony Woodsy.
Okay, and now we get into the Ostates.
Well, you're gonna key.
And these are really sharp looking cards.
I say we go to Timmy's after this, eh? Okay, we got a Lake Thompson, eh? A Brett Manua.
Bert.
That's what I said, eh?
No way, it wasn't. Eh?
A William Floyd. We got a Wayne Larmer Gandy. We have a Aaron Glenn. We got a Chris. Ooh, wow. Mumalanga.
Malmalanga.
I was close. We have a David Palmer. We have a Brent Young. We got a David Wilkinson.
Oh, Dan.
That's what I said, eh? We have a Rob Fredrickson, a Kelvin Jonesy. We have a James Edward. And our fourth sporty is the Mizzy. Oh no, it's the wrestling, eh? Oh, it's the Mizzy.
And Roman Big Dog Reigns. And that is the video. Crazy Joe. Awesome trade, my friend. Thank you so much. Hopefully when we get trading again later in the year, maybe next year. Depends how long it takes to get all this organized.
Next year.
Because it's really awesome that we do all these big trades for October, and then they all show up and you go, now I got to organize it.
Dad?
Yes?
No, I'm just rhetorical.
Dad does most of the organizing, I know.
No.
So with that, we want to thank everybody for watching. Please give us a like. If there's something you don't like, give us a dislike. Tell us what we're doing wrong.
What? No. You can't forget about the YouTuber. This is a YouTuber video.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
didn't.
not there yet.
You just skipped over. You're gonna
No, I
do
don't.
the end.
No, I don't.
That's how we start the end.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much to Huxon68, T. Dorsey, and Crazy Joe for the awesome trades,
There
guys.
you go.
Thank you so much. And everybody, please go sub up to RJ Collects Sets. Like I said years ago, it's a travesty. He doesn't have many more subscribers because there is so much awesome stuff that goes on in his channel. You need to go check it out. When you go over and check it out, tell him that. Boom. Danny Ainge sent ya.
But more importantly,
Yep. You know what? Just because that's a good one. Mike Schmidt.
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 Mike Schmidt said, yeah. That is the perfect card for this video. With that, I want to thank everybody for watching, and
Have a fucking good day, everybody.
thanks everybody.
Bye.